Because everybody is so busy around the world, you may not have seen this piece of news or processed what it actually is reflecting. So America's bosom buddy, deepest partner, can't live without him. The partner that Nancy Pelosi said that even if the Capitol building burned, they would still support Israel. The partner that Bill Clinton said he would pick up a gun for. The partner that influences the entire political system of the United States by using its proxies like AIPAC to fund any politician who supports them and defund and destroy any politician who doesn't. That partner, the one who is destroying Iran right now, the one that is pillaging, burning, looting southern Lebanon right now, the one that is helping the settlers burn, loot, pillage, kill Palestinians in the West Bank. Yes, that partner, the one the United States continues to tell us is the only democracy in the Middle East, the one that has committed genocide over a 2-year plus period, killing 20,000 plus children and more than 70,000 people. And we don't even know the final number because so many are buried under the rubble. Yes, that partner has today passed a law in their parliament called the Knesset, which seeks to impose the death penalty by hanging on Palestinian detainees who have been convicted of violence against Israelis. Death by hanging on political detainees. And I say political detainees because a majority of detainees in Israeli custody are political prisoners. There is a 99% conviction rate in the Israeli military courts. They are not sent to civil courts, military courts. 99% conviction. And the moment a detainee is convicted, now they will be hanged. That is the law. And guess what? The law does not apply to Jewish persons who commit acts of violence or kill Palestinians. It is only for Palestinians. And only for Palestinians who supposedly have committed some crime against Israelis or Jews. I think if a Palestinian kills an Israeli Arab, then maybe not. But if a Palestinian harms or kills a Jewish person, there is immediate death penalty by hanging, and there is no redress. You cannot appeal that. There are people inside Israel who have been warning for years that Israel is becoming an apartheid state, that the Israeli system has put into place structures that practice apartheid. Palestinians cannot use the same roads. They cannot walk on the same roads. They cannot drive on the same roads. They're convicted in military courts. And many, many more indignities that they face. Human rights organizations inside Israel, like B'Tselem, have been warning about this for years and years and years. And here we are. Today, the Knesset has passed this law. Now, who has been pushing this law? By the way, the bosom buddy, Halaku Khan of the Mongol hordes, showed up himself in the parliament, Netanyahu, and voted for this law. Let us remember who all is being detained. Marwan Barghouti is one of the most prominent detainees who has been detained for terrorism. He is often cited as one of the most popular leaders of Palestine who could unite all Palestinians and lead an independent Palestine. They refused to release him. They've tortured him. They've starved him. They've beaten him. They refused to release him. And now he could be subject to hanging. Then there are the famous doctor that they arrested in Gaza. And why? Hamas. They accused him of being Hamas. They're torturing him. They're beating him. They're starving him. And they refuse to release him. What do you think they're going to do to him? You know, genocide is coming in many formats. This is just one of the strains of it. And who is pushing this? A man named Itamar Ben-Gvir, who is their Interior and National Security Minister, who regularly walks around Jerusalem, pointing guns at Palestinians and trying to invade Al-Aqsa Mosque, on Fridays especially. Mr. Ben-Gvir was convicted in 2007 of incitement to racism and supporting a terrorist organization. Mr. Ben-Gvir was supporting an organization named Kach, a far-right Kahanist movement that was officially designated as a terrorist organization by both Israel and the United States. He was a supporter of Mir Kahane, Rabbi Kahane, who wanted to expel all the Arabs. And if you couldn't expel them, you should annihilate them. Mr. Ben-Gvir believes in the same thing. And Mr. Netanyahu needs this party to stay in the coalition and form the coalition and stay in the coalition so that he can continue to rule. And he must give them everything they want. Otherwise, they could force his conviction on corruption charges. That is the reality right now of the Israeli political system. It is entirely based on thuggery. They are convicted terrorists in the cabinet. So this is the law that the Israeli parliament has passed. So now, of course, Western leaders are expressing disappointment, expressing concern. We are very worried. Please don't do this. It harms your reputation, dear only democracy in the Middle East. You have a right to exist. Of course, Israel has a right to defend itself. But maybe find another way. Maybe continue to torture them, starve them, beat them, let them die out, from that. But don't be so blatant about killing them, like hanging them. So Mr. Ben Gvir and his supporters in the Knesset have been wearing nooses, yellow nooses, as pins. Tie a yellow ribbon idea? They've turned that into nooses. So they've been wearing yellow nooses as pins. Not the Israeli flag, mind you. And today, they actually popped champagne after the vote. And I bet you they're going to get front row seats to watch the hangings. This is who America pays for. Our tax dollars literally uphold this country and this system. Our taxpayer dollars. And our boys and girls, by the way, are in the Middle East right now, getting ready to put themselves in harm's way for this. For this. Make no mistake. For this. They've done this with such confidence and such conviction that nobody can stop them. And in the fog of war, quickly, let's hang all these people. Who's going to stop us? This is what is going on, my friends. And we are paying for it. Literally from our pockets. We are paying for it. Meanwhile, things are going so well, so well, that people around the world are making some pretty interesting statements. Just two that come to mind. The defense minister of Italy says that because of the position he holds, he is forced to look at some intelligence. He is forced to look at information and intelligence. And I think this is referring to what the economy will look like in the future. And he says what he has seen is making him not be able to sleep. The South Korean president today said, the world is in turmoil over the energy crisis. Situation is so serious that it has even kept me up at night. The immediate problem is grave enough, but the outlook ahead seems even more unstable. The situation is worse than expected. So, this is what we close Monday out on. Our partner in the Middle East, the only democracy in the Middle East, about to go on a hanging spree and proving to the world that they're an apartheid state. And our Italian and South Korean ally saying they can't sleep at night because of what America has now done with that partner in the Middle East who is about to go on a hanging spree.